Okay, so my last three videos were very positive. This video is going to be a little more interesting. Number four, One Punch Man. Yeah, One Punch Man. So, um, you see the score, 8.51? This is the average score that he gets on my anime list. So this is pretty high. This is my score. I give it a six. So yes, this is going to be the first anime that I'm going to criticize. So the first three I talked about, Attack on Titan, Death Note, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, they are amazing. They deserve the ranks. One Punch Man, I have so many things to say here. First of all, I have no clue why it's popularity number four. I have no idea how this is the fourth most popular anime of all time. I think it is, yeah, it's way overrated. Let's just put it that way. So yes, One Punch Man is overrated. It is not the most overrated anime that I've ever watched, but it's definitely up there. Yes, One Punch Man is incredibly overrated. I give it 8.51. Now, the scores I give out are generally a little more critical, especially recently. I've been more critical. I've been ranking things a bit lower. So the score I gave it like a six. I'm actually kind of surprised. I thought maybe I'm kind of tempted to maybe bump it up to a seven. In fact, maybe I should yeah, maybe I'll give it. You know what? I think seven's probably a little more fair. Six is probably a little too harsh for the first season. So I'll give it a seven. So now, so yeah, this score is definitely overrated. So yeah, and not only is it way more popular than I think it should be, it's like number four. I wouldn't expect an anime like One Punch Man to be up so high. It's 8.51. Personally, I would bump this down like a full point at least down to 7.5. And based on just how I see other anime being ranked, One Punch Man gives off more of like a 7.2 vibe. Like I honestly feel like this would be in the low sevens. Based on how people generally rank things on my anime list, I think One Punch Man should be like an entire point or a point and a half lower. Like it's that bad. Like maybe like 1.25 points lower, maybe. So I'd give it like a 7.2. This is what I believe the score should be, and the score I give it might be a little different than the score I think here because I rank things differently than the average person ranks, and I too take account for that kind of discrepancy. So 8.51 way overrated. Like you're putting this up in like Attack on Titan, Death Note range right here, almost up that high. Like it's not that good. Like One Punch Man is okay. It has its good moments. I guess it's kind of funny sometimes. I mean, it's basically an entire joke, that he can punch something, anything he punches just like dies, or he can defeat anybody in one punch. Like, yeah, it's a good joke, yes, but um, it's just kind of weird. Like sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's interesting, but overall, I just thought it was kind of mediocre on average. I just never really understood why people thought it was so amazing. And what I also don't get is some of the tags like seinen. How did it get ranked as seinen? I just don't get that. I don't get how people rank like how the tags are made. Seinen is reserved for very serious anime that are like a little older. One Punch Man is like does not give off that vibe. This is definitely like shonen. I mean, yeah, maybe it got published in a seinen magazine or something, and that's why they thought that. But like seinen usually means it's like mature and it doesn't have cliches. But One Punch Man is definitely shonen. This gives off a shonen vibe. This is not seinen. Yeah, seinen. That's that. Yeah, I have no clue why it says that. But yeah, so One Punch Man. I don't know much to say. Like, I just don't really get it. Like whenever an anime is very popular and I think it's bad, I wonder why. Like, I start thinking like, why are my opinions so different from everyone else's? And I start thinking about it. Like, why does everybody like it? And generally, what I found is that whenever a lot of people really like something and I hate it, there's never a good explanation. Like I've never gotten a good explanation one time for why something is good when I think it's bad. It's always it's never a logical explanation. It never makes sense. People just say, "Yeah, we just like it," and I'm like, I just never gotten a good explanation for logically why it's good. When there's so many other anime that are way better than One Punch Man and other bad anime, and that get neglected. There's going to be some anime that I think are amazing, and they get like neglected, and nobody like really knows about them. But yeah, and then you get anime like One Punch Man that just like I have no clue. I have no clue why this is so popular. It's overrated. I would definitely say it's overrated, and I wouldn't just say a little bit. I would say it's a good deal overrated. It's not the one. It's not the number one most overrated anime. We'll get to that at some point in the top 50 list. You're gonna find out about the anime I consider the most overrated of all time. But yeah, it's not One Punch Man, but One Punch Man. I don't know. Might be top 10 maybe most overrated anime. I don't know. There might be a lot more at this point that I consider overrated. But yeah, so not much to say. Like, if you want to watch it, go watch it. But it doesn't. I'll watch anime even if they're bad. But yeah, like I watched both seasons. Like, oh yeah, if you look at the sequel, I haven't. Yeah, let's look at the sequel, season two. I forgot about that. So okay, season two, I gave a five. Um, Maybe I should give it a six. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too harsh for One Punch Man. Okay, I'll put it up to a six now. But the average is 7.48. So it dropped a lot. So if you notice, people were disappointed with season two. So people had really high expectations for season two because they thought season one was amazing. So from season one to season two, you see an entire 1 point drop. This is so rare. Like generally, anime don't drop so much from season one to season two, but One Punch Man did because people were people had high expectations for One Punch Man based on season one, and they were kind of disappointed, so they ranked it a bit lower at 7.48. So season two would definitely not be as overrated because the score is much lower. When the score is low, then obviously it's not going to be as overrated. So I gave it a six. I did think season two was a little bit worse, but apparently the community thought it was a lot worse. So this score for season two, I would say, is probably it's either fair or maybe a little bit overrated. I would say season two is just a little overrated. I would put this maybe once again in the low sevens. So I'd put in the low sevens. I didn't think season two was a lot worse than season one because I already thought season one was pretty bad. But obviously the community thought differently. So this is season two right here, which people thought was much worse. So I'm going to look at not just season one, but if there's multiple seasons of an anime, we're going to look at all of them. And apparently there's a season three, but that's probably not released yet. Yeah. So there's a season three coming up. Will I watch it? Yeah, I might watch it. Even if I don't think One Punch Man's the best thing in the world, like I might still watch it. I just out of curiosity. It's already got a lot of people interested in it already. But yeah, so this is yeah. So if I think an anime is overrated, then I'm probably gonna say more because there's a lot more to criticize, and I'll give explanations for why I think an anime is bad. And you might not agree with it. Obviously, we all have our own opinions. But yeah, One Punch Man would be is one of those anime I would definitely consider overrated. I don't believe it should be up there with Death Note and Attack on Titan and Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. I just don't see it. It stands like it doesn't fit in with that crowd. If you compare it to the masterpieces, that I just described in my last three videos, it just doesn't fit in. One Punch Man does not fit in with those giants, those masterpiece anime. Like it's just not there. One Punch Man's like just an average seasonal anime to me. Like that's kind of the vibe I get from One Punch Man. But once in a while, some anime that is just not that great, in my opinion, just magically pops up and everyone thinks it's amazing. So, oh well. Anyway, so that's the end of this video. See you next time.